hello everyone. Hello. Yes, all right, so there we go. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348. It is Sunday, August 16th, 2026. If you haven't been here before, I'll give you my spiel. All right, well anyways, let's, I'm going to do some more sharing here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. So, yeah, there we are. And let's see, I'm going to memory lane. All right. Okay. So if you're new here, I'll go into my spiel. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348 is the 2026 edition. And Big Jims Blogcast Live airs on Sunday nights on Facebook with the occasional Friday or 1 o'clock Wednesdays. Big Jims Blogcast Live, we're in our 8th year. We debuted back in 2019. Big Jims Blogcast Live, well, we do craft beer reviews, and we accompany that with like a nice cigar and whiskey. So tonight's craft beer, we've done over 250 craft beer reviews. Tonight's craft beer is called Feist Beer. It's a German lager from the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. And with it, we have Gibson's Finest Whiskey, and a good Cuban cigar. This is like a Padron anniversary cigar. It's from Riverfront Cigars in Canada, in Sarnia. All right. So, all right, everybody. All right, not a bad one. All right. So, anyways, pair it like we do craft beer reviews. Pair it with a cigar, rum, whiskey, some spirits. Expect more. We talk about classic movies, classic TV, classic pro wrestling, classic rock, classic sci-fi, classic albums, classic legacy albums, local events, bongos, countdowns, birthday shows to our friends with Cactus Jack here. All right. All right. So politics and religion are like a no-no. They're off limits. They're banned. We're into having a good time here at Big Jims Blogcast Live. Thank you for watching. Tune in and turn on and enjoy the show. Like us, share, subscribe to us. Subscribe to Big Jims Blogcast Live. We're not spam. Cheers, everyone. I'll go over this tonight. I'll go over this probably a couple of times tonight. Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on your on any of these podcasts, your audio listening podcasts, plus Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Listen Notes, plus by my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give shouts out to anyone watching the Port Elgin Sarnia group. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, Elvis Presley, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Dukes of Hazzard fans. All right. So, anyways, and I will. I'll give you my disclaimer right now. I may say a few bad, dirty words like shit, damn, screw, fuck. It's gonna happen. They're gonna you might as well go to your safe space, cover your ears. All right, good Padron there. Good, nice Cuban cigar there. So those words might come out. So cover your ears. Those cover your ears, go to your safe space corner. You know how it is. You know the drill. Like I said, I do on tap tonight. Before we get to my my beer chart, we'll check it out. This notification right here. Yeah, we're gonna do. It's an Elvis Presley salute. So did you know that? Like, here's a fun fact for all you Elvis Presley fans. It was 49 years ago today that Elvis Presley passed away. 49 years ago today. And so, oh yeah, we might have this jumping through the air. Yeah! All right, that might jump through the air. Okay. So yeah, we've got like besides birthday shows, countdowns, local events. We're gonna do. We got a double header Elvis Presley salute with his, I think is his best movie ever, Jailhouse Rock. We'll do a salute tribute to Cooter from Hazzard County, Ben Jones. Plus, look at the 5th season of the Dukes of Hazzard. This was the Coen Vance season. We'll do SummerSlam 1992. We'll go over our classic Dallas Cowboy-Jim Schwantz. Our Star Wars character, Biggs Darklighter. Our 8-track classics, Elvis Presley's Come On, Everybody. Plus what 8-tracks actually are. And, of course, This Week in Van Halen history. Yeah. So, anyways, all right. So, to get us started here, we got our craft beer and accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. We will do a 10-gong salute to Ben Jones and Elvis Presley later on. So, all right. So, if you're new here, I'm going to go into the explanation here. If you're not, you already know the drill. Tonight's beer is Weissbier German Lager by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. I've got one of their glasses. I give these beers a rating from 1 out of 10. Well, anyways, yeah. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Here's my beer rating system from 10 to 1. Outstanding, awesome, excellent, very good, above average, average, below average, not very good, terrible, awful. And we want it to land up in here. So, yeah. And also, this is the Growler. It's your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. This is a 2023 edition, but there's a 2026 edition in the local. You can pick it up in your local liquor store or craft beer brewery. So, yeah, it's only $3 a pop. This gives you all the up-to-date information on all the craft breweries right here in like all the craft breweries right here in Ontario, Canada. All right, so boom. All right. And yeah, so like I said, that's my beer rating system. All right. So, yeah, we'll open her up. And like I said, it's got this beer. All right. So let's take a look at before I pour it. Weissbier, German Lager by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. And they're a great little brewery right there. If you have the chance, visit them. Rich malt flavor with lightly toasted and doughy notes and a smooth bitterness all put together to make this drinking German lager prosty. All right, so I'm going to open her up. All right, so all right, so let's see. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, wait till that foam the head goes down there. Look at that. All right, so yeah, like I said, if I do. All right, so I do give this like a rating from 1 out of 10 later on the blogcast. If you're still here, sticking around, you want to throw it a number between 1 and 10. See if it matches up with mine. All right, so top her up a little. Like I said, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Okay, not that bad. All right, like I said, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast here. It's thick. Look at that. Look at the texture of that. But first impressions, yeah, really. Yeah, it really is a smooth bitterness to it because it does go down. Yeah. My first impressions, creamy, smooth bitterness to it. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it's like it is Weissbier, German lager by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. And if you ever pass through Petrolia, make sure you stop into the Black Gold Brewery, because that's a great little, like, craft brewery there. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Smooth bitterness. Very thick tasting. Like I said, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. Whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, back deck, back patio, barbecue beer, I will definitely tell you. All right, give it a little top up here. Give it a little sip and send it right back here. All right. So, okay. Yeehaw! All right. So, okay. All right. And, ooh, yeah, wow. So, Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16th, 2026. All right. So, we're going to get to some of my birthday shout-outs here. We're going to turn on. Oh, yeah. All right. And you know what? When I do these craft beer reviews, let me... Oh. All right. When I do these craft beer reviews, you know, I don't go, wow, it's a very exquisite, highbrow, high-tasting German lager. Oh, yes, very high society. I don't use those. I go with my gut, and I go with what's in here. So, all right. All right. Good cigar there. We're about to do some birthday shout-outs here. All right. Okay. Boom. All right. Well, with Cactus Jack, there we go. All right, people. Birthday shout-outs from August 10th, August 16th. They go out to Joanne Cole, Will Hughes, Michael Ross, Bassman Dave, Sean Moore, Mike Fenton, Cheryl Darcy, Moko Heathers, and Becky Mason. Again, Joanne Cole, Will Hughes, Michael Ross, Bassman Dave, Sean Morrow, Mike Fenton, Cheryl Darcy, Moko Heathers, and Becky Mason. Happy birthday, everybody, from Big Jim Blogcast Live. Birthday to you. All right. All right. A little bit of bongo there. Boom. Okay. Yeah, and if you ever want to call up the hotline, Big Jim Blogcast Live hotline, it is 1-800-867-5309. You use your rotary phone or your cell. It's toll-free to call. Jim, how's that beer going down? And we love the blogcast. There we go. 1-800-867-5309. You don't need anybody's permission to call. And so, oh yeah, a couple of times tonight I got the Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug and the harmonica in there. All right. And so, okay. Yeah, and I'm going to remind everybody tonight, a few times tonight, the Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on these podcasts. The audio listening podcast where you audio listening podcasts like Spotify, Listen Notes, and my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. I want to give shouts out to people watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups. Port Elgin rocks. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. The Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock, Elvis Presley groups. Craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, and the Dukes of Hazzard Club. Group. All right. All right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Quite an interesting blogcast we've got prepared tonight there. So, whoop. All right. I'm just spraying down the apartment here. There we go. All right. So we'll get to our countdowns here. All right, we got a bunch of them. So, oh yeah. All right. Daylight savings time, you turn your clock back 1 hour, that's in 77 days. Remembrance Day, that's in 87 days. Labor Day weekend, long weekend, 22 days away. Fall is 37 days away. Enjoy the summer, everybody. Grandparents' Day is 28 days away. Halloween is 76 days away. And you don't want to hear this because winter is 127 days away. I hate winter myself. I don't like it. So, yeah. So enjoy that. If anybody's complaining about the heat, don't, because you know what's coming months and months from now. All right. So, yeah. So let's get to some local events here. Roller skating every Sunday at the Clearwater Arena at 1400 Wellington Street, Sarnia, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Admission adults, $7. Under 16, $5. The Ice Cream Festival, Sunday, September 20th, 2026, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the Pinery Market, 10163 Lakeshore Road, Grand Bend. Admission $2. Kids under 10 are free. Over 200 vendors filled with like ice cream stuff. And so, yeah. Everything ice cream related. Sarnia Book Fest, Saturday, September 19th, 10 till 4 p.m. DeGroots Nursery, 840 London Line. London Comic Con 2026, September 26th, 10 a.m. till September 27th, 5 p.m. The Western Fair Agriplex in London. There's going to be games, cosplay, toys, celebrity guests. It's going to be a good time. I went there like a few years ago, and I got my picture taken with Jake the Snake Roberts and the Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Always a good time there. So, it is Hello to Harvest season. End of summer market, 210 Monk Street, Point Edward. Point Edward Community Hall, Saturday, August 22nd, 11 a.m. Hosted by Big Biz Baz Markets. Over 35 local vendors and licensed bar, 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. Saturday, August 29th, 2026, from 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. Aces High and J.M. Lackey at the Duke d'Orleans 2. Cruise, 1 p.m. till 4 p.m., 297 Front Street North. Contact Aces High Band for tickets there. That's going to be a good time. Friday, August 21st, 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. is the MTG Friday Night Magic. 188 Front Street North at Future Pastimes. Those guys are awesome. Visit Future Pastimes whenever you can. So, Friday. It's also going to happen Friday, August 28th and Friday, September 4th. So it's a great get-together at Future Pastimes. Refined Fool Karaoke Night, Friday, September 4th, 8 p.m., 1326 London Road in Sarnia. It's also happening Friday, October 2nd, and Friday, November 6th. Always a good time at Refined Fool. All right, so, okay. Whoa. All right, so, all right. So, yeah, like I said, all right. Boom. All right. So, yeah. Our craft beer for tonight, it's accompanied by, like, Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Cheers, everyone. And with a good cigar. It's very thin. It's anniversary 1964 imported Padron, handcrafted. Good. Yeah. Our craft beer for tonight is called Feist Beer. It's a German lagers by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. I got one of their glasses here. And I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Yeah. A thick smoothness to it. The bitterness went away. Like, I mean, I'll just give this a little top up. Definitely like, yeah. It's on the back here. You've got like rich malt flavor. Oh, the malt. Yeah, you can taste that. That's in there. Very dry aftertaste to it. So just give this a little top up. Like I said, I do give this a rating from 1 out of 10 later on the blogcast. I will give it you, if you're still here sticking around, you want to throw out a number like so many people have done in the past, feel free to do so. Let's just place this back here. We get to our our movie here. Yeehaw! All right, do. That'll be flying around. The General Lee will be flying around. So we got our movie on. I've got the movie on right now. It's a Elvis Presley. All right, we got Jailhouse Rock. All right, here we go. Jailhouse Rock. It's one of his better movies. Of course, every Elvis Presley fan knows that 49 years ago today, Elvis passed away. And so we will honor him later on in the blogcast. So here, it was released November 8th, 1957. And like I said, this is one of his better movies. Going to a party in the county jail. Band of Whale. All right. Well, it was released November 8th, 1957, on a budget of $1 million, at box office $4 million. So it did pretty good for that time period, era. The cast: Elvis Presley is Vince Everett, ex-con turned singer. Judy Tyler is Peggy Van Elden. Mickey Shaughnessy is Hank Houghton. Vince's cellmate, also a major country singer there. Here are a few stills from the movie. There we go. Going to a party. There we go. There's Elvis. All right. There's the whole there we go. There's another one. There's most of the cast right there. Elvis trying to get a record deal. Elvis on trial for so, and there he is again in the cell trying out the guitar there. Yeah. So premise of the movie: construction worker Vince accidentally kills a guy in a barroom brawl, sentenced to 14 months in jail for manslaughter. I wish I had his lawyer. He's Hank's a washed-up country singer. His cellmate's a washed-up country singer, Hank. Hank teaches Vince the guitar. A year later, Vince is released from jail, becomes a huge singing star. Vince falls in love with Peggy, and a music promoter who helps Vince in his career. Hank is released on patrol. Vince visits Vince, offers Hank a job with his entourage. Vince's ego grows huge, becomes arrogant. Peggy hates Vince's attitude, and so does Hank. They fight. Hank hits Vince's throat. Oh, and so does and so that hurts. Singing the fight. Vince forgives Hank, and he realizes he loves Peggy. The doctors tell Vince his vocal cords are recovered in time for the big show. So this was Elvis Presley's third film. You got his I'm assuming that this is his backing band right here. So backing band: Scotty Moore, Bill Black, DJ Fontana. That's Elvis Presley's regular band. They appear in the throughout the whole film. Yeah. And also, yeah, you can see Elvis did his own choreography in the movie. So there we go. Going to a part. Yeah, that's like I said, one of his better movies there. So yeah, I did it. Elvis did his own choreography in the movie, in sequence. So there we are. Here's a few. There we go. There's another picture from the movie. Vince on trial, and then Elvis learning the guitar or Vince learning the guitar in prison. So, all right. So yeah, and like I said, I posted the trailer and several scenes from the movie on my blogcast page and my Facebook page, and then the Elvis Presley group. So look for it, like it. There we go. So yeah, checking something out here. Do. Prison bag band of well. Sing. Come on, baby. Do your thing. Let's rock. Everybody in the hotel block. All right. So yeah, like I said, I did post the trailer and several scenes from the movie on the blogcast page in the Elvis Presley groups. And so there we go. All right. And so yeah, I've got the movie on right now. So all right. So this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 348. Sunday, August 16th, 2026. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, if you guys ever want to call me up on the hotline, feel free to do so. 1-800-867-5309. Use your rotary phone or your cell. You don't need anybody's permission. Toll free. Yeah, how's that? How's that beer working out? The blogcast. We love the blogcast. There we go. 1-800-867-5309. So, boom. I got the Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug right here, with the harmonica inside there. All right. So, and tonight's beer, you got to accompany it. Tonight's beer, accompanied by this great cigar. It is accompanied Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. And tonight's beer, it is Weiss beer, German. It's a German lager. It's by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. It was, oh God, yeah. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. It's a dry aftertaste to it. The bitterness went away. I don't taste any bitterness to it. I do taste the rich malt flavor. Yeah, it's starting out to be a good beer. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. So if you're still here sticking around, yeah, I give it a rating from 1 to 10 later on in the blogcast. You want to assign a number to it? Feel free to do so. Just place this back here, give this a little top up, and there might be a bathroom break within the blogcast. I'll never know. Just warning you. I'll place this back here for now. All right. So, sad news out of Hazzard County this week. Last week. An original cast member of the Dukes of Hazzard passed away, and we do a salute to him. He is Mr. Ben Jones, better known as Cooter Davenport. There's another picture. There we go. Crazy Cooter coming at you. Out of Boss Hogs, he joins the Dukes of Heaven. Ben Jones, better known as Cooter Davenport, born in Tarboro, North Carolina, August 30th, 1941. Of course, he's got a good resume of movies and TV. In the mid-70s, 1972, 2021, Moonrunners, Motor Kings, Smokey and the Bandit. He was in Smokey and the Bandit for a bit part. The Lincoln Conspiracy, Deep in the Heat, On the Line. They went that away. Primary Colors, Joe Gould's Secret. Of course, TV career from 1976 to 2005. Moving on, Nashville, Magical World of Disney, The Dukes of Hazzard, of course, is Cooter Davenport. Bay and the Allen Prince, CBS Summer Playhouse, Dukes of Hazzard Reunion, Sliders, As the World Turns, Dukes of Hazzard, Hazzard in Hollywood, and Surface. Of course, now he went into politics after the Dukes. He succeeded, he started as an incumbent in the Georgia branch of the Screen Actors Guild, and he was appointed chairman of the Georgia Film Commission. 1986, he runs for Georgia Congress, but's defeated. But in 1988, his opponent was indicted for perjury. So Jones won by a 20-point margin. He was reelected in 1990. That's a seat I think he still holds. In 1999, him and his wife created the Dukes of Hazzard Museum and Theme Store in Sperryville, Virginia, and called it Cooters. Now 3 stores in Pigeon Forge in Nashville and in Luray, Virginia. He was the founder of Hazzard Nation. Unfortunately, Mr. Ben Jones passed away at age 84 last Sunday, August 9, 2026, of a massive heart attack. He was, according to that, he was at his home in Washington, Virginia. He was preparing to watch a Braves baseball game, sitting down in his favorite easy chair, when all of a sudden, he a massive heart attack. He joins Roscoe P. Coltrane, played by James Best. He joins James Best, Roscoe Coltrane, Sorrel Boot, Boss Hogg, Rick Hurst, Cletus, Uncle Jesse, Denver Pyle in the Hazzard Afterlife. The 3 remaining actors, Catherine Bach, John Schneider, Tom Wopat, are still alive, as is Sonny Scheuer, who plays Enos Strait. So here, cheers. We'll do a 10-gong salute to you, sir, Mr. Ben Jones, so cheers to you. I did post more of his career on my blogcast page in the Dukes groups. So there we go. All right. All right, so I'm going to remind everybody tonight that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam, excuse me. The audio version will go out later on all these audio listening platforms where this is your podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Want to give shouts out to you watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, Elvis, Presley, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock groups, all the craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, sci-fi, pro wrestling, blogspot, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Dukes of Hazzard groups, right on. And so, yeah, my craft beer for tonight, accompanied by this good cigar. All right, it's a Padron. It's like a 1964 anniversary cigar. I got it at Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia. Accompanying my beer tonight, it is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Oh yeah. Hold on a sec. The craft beer for tonight, it is Feist beer. It's a German lager by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. Look at that texture. I got one of their glasses. If you're ever in Petrolia, check out the Black Gold Brewery. It's like a great little brewery. They've made some winning beers. Trying this beer for the first time tonight. All right, so yeah. Very good. It's a good beer so far. Dry aftertaste, dry malty aftertaste to it. The bitterness just goes away. Whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, this beer's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. So, yeah. So if you want to, at the end of the blogcast, you want to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. Right now, I think this is shaping up to be maybe an early spring beer. You never know. I'll just place this back here. All right. So, all right. And if you want, okay. So I have the Dukes of Hazzard box set collection. There we go. All 7 seasons of it. There we go. Yeah. I told you. Whoa. Yeah. The General Lee will be flying through the air all through the blogcast. So, All right. There we go. Now, but we've got the 5th season. All right. And if you're wondering why Catherine Bach, Daisy Duke appears alone on there, there's a bit of a story to that. So, anyways. All right. So, anyways. All right. So here we go. Dukes of Hazzard. There we are. So, as we all right. Bo and Luke are nowhere to be found during the opening. You want to know why? Actually, we'll get into that in a minute here. Dukes of Hazzard season 5 aired September 4th, 1982. 83 season. All right, where is that? Okay. It's the 1982-83 season, and the Dukes of Hazzard, they are well into their 5th season. The opener, season 5 of the Dukes of Hazzard premiered on CBS Friday, September 24th, 1982, in the 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot. We got the cast. We've got, all right, so we have the cast for, all right, so we have John Schneider as Bo Duke, Tom Woolpat as Luke Duke, Catherine Bach as Daisy Duke, Denver Pyle as Uncle Jesse, James Best as Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane, Sorrel Book as Boss Hogg, Ben Jones as Cooter Davenport, and Sonny Schroyer as Deputy Enos Strait. But there's 2 new cast members. They are Coy and Vance Duke. All right? They replaced Tom and John. They replaced the new Duke. These are the old Duke boys. These are the new Duke boys. They explain, okay, well, Bo and Luke, the premise, Bo and Luke are gone. They left Hazzard to fulfill a lifelong dream of going on the NASCAR circuit. Coy and Vance Duke, their cousins, they've returned after a 6-year absence to help Uncle Jesse and Daisy run the Duke farm. And also Enos returns to Hazzard after California. Enos had his own spin-off called Enos. Now, the real story, Sean and Tom Woolpat and John Schneider were fired after not reporting to the set. Fired or quit, walked off, depending on who you believed. All right. Yeehaw! All right. So, now, okay. Yeah, they walked out. They had a contract dispute with Warner Brothers. They felt that over the merchandising royalties from the sale of Duke's merchandise, and they wanted what they felt were owed to them. And since it was their likeness on there, So Catherine Bach wanted to walk out as well, but Tom and John told her to stay put. There might not be a show to come back to. Season 5, usual Duke plot lines. They were like Dukes of Hazzard lunchboxes and toys and all that with their names and with their likenesses and faces on there. They felt Tom and John felt that they were getting ripped off. And so as you can imagine, things didn't go well this season rating wise. It just plummeted. I remember this really, really well. It's season 5 episodes, like I said, usual Duke plot lines, generally jumps. Boss has a scam running, tries to frame the Dukes for some crime, etc. It was only episode 105, Welcome Back, Bo and Luke, that things got resolved. Warner Brothers and John and Tom resolved everything. Episode 105, Welcome Back, Bo and Luke. They returned to Hazzard County after a successful NASCAR run. Coy and Vance decided to leave Hazzard to take care of their Uncle Albert and Aunt Jessie's, Aunt Bessie's farm while Albert was in the hospital. And so these guys, after that, they were never heard from again in either seasons or the Duke movies or reunion movies. And so it was the time of that episode. By the time of that episode, Warner Brothers negotiated with Woolpat and Schneider because they felt like because the ratings were taking a huge hit. They said they were never the Coy and Vance were never mentioned at all, ever. So that Jesus, holy shit, that had to be an awkward moment. Like, I watched that as a kid, episode, and that had to be an awkward moment between those four. Like, oh yeah, we're leaving now, goodbye. Oh, okay. So, yeah. But this was the end of, this was the beginning of the end for the Dukes of Hazzard, because ratings for the previous 4 seasons, the Dukes of Hazzard were a top 20 show. Yeah, no, like seasons 1, 2, and 3, and 4, they were 20, ranked number 20, ranked number 9. In season 3, they were ranked number 2. Season 4, they were ranked number 6. Season 5, they were ranked number 34. Wow, and that is just like the Warner Brothers quickly, like, they had to renegotiate with them. And here's like the lineup for you had like the 1982-1983 primetime fall TV schedule. Fridays 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. You had like NBC had The Powers of Matthew Starr, and ABC had Benson and the New Odd Couple. There we go, Benson on its last season, and One Hit Wonder, The New Odd Couple. And so yeah, the season 5 turned out to be like the beginning of the end for the Dukes of Hazzard. They would stay on for season 6 and 7, but like I think most fans at that time outgrew the Dukes of Hazzard, like me. After that, I didn't stay home Friday nights as a teenager. After that, like I went out and partied with my friends. So as you can imagine, there we go. There's the whole cast of the Dukes of Hazzard right there. Tom and John returned. These guys were never heard from or mentioned ever again in any Duke TV or reunion movie. And so, and I just simply remember, like, my dad, I was coming in one Friday night, like around, 11:30 after hanging out with my friends, the casino dances or whatever, and my dad goes to me, "Hey, you missed the Dukes of Hazzard tonight." And I'm like, "Oh, is that show still on? Oh, okay, all right." Well, yeah, and I think maybe millions of other kids like me felt that way. So, but I did post more of season 5 highlights on my blogcast page and in the Dukes of Hazzard groups there. And so, so yeah, like it was season 5. They had like it, but yeah, it's complete 5th season. It was your typical Dukes episodes: Boss Hog frames Coy and Vance, or Bo and Luke, some scheme, whatever. Season 5, it just turned out to be the beginning of the end for the Dukes of Hazzard. The last 2 seasons, I think CBS pretty much did them a favor keeping them on the air. So there we go. Yeah, likes and loves for that. So yeah, and I did post more of like highlights, Bo and Luke, Coy and Vance, from also Christopher Mayer. Yeah, the dude. Okay, yeah, this dude, Christopher Mayer, right here, also passed away. And so, thank you, Heidi. Glad to see you out tonight. Also passed away some years ago. Byron Cherry is still alive. So, all right. Good cigar here. All right. Boom, bam, boom. All right, bongo solo right there. If you guys want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. Toll free to call. Use your rotary phone or your cell. There we go. Toll free to call. Jim, how's that beer going down? How's that, like, we love the blogcast? There we go. All right. So, okay. All right. Craft beer for tonight. It's accompanied by this good cigar. It's a Padron anniversary cigar. All right. Okay. My craft beer for tonight, accompanied by that cigar and Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Oh, yeah. All right. So we've got tonight, it is Feist beer. It is Feist beer. It's a German lager. It's by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. I always bring backup here, so I'll just give it a little top up. All right, there we are. Okay. All right. Well, that's not bad actually. That is like the bitterness goes away. The bitterness went away. Very malty, dry aftertaste to it. Goes down very smoothly though. I'm gonna be pegging this as the early spring beer. We'll start you off as an early spring beer. And like I said, stick around because I'm going to give it a rating from 1 out of 10 later on the blogcast. You're still here. You want to throw out a number between 1 and 10, feel free to do so. So, all right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Yeehaw! Dun, dun, dun. Down, 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 down. Just a good old boys. All right, so as we get to SummerSlam 1992, all this like SummerSlam 1992. I was watching it last night. It was Saturday, August 29th, 1992. All this summer through August, I'm reviewing the SummerSlam shows, the classic SummerSlam shows. This one, the headliner, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Davey Boy Smith for the Intercontinental title. All right. And here's another one. SummerSlam, the SummerSlam you never thought you'd see. All right. And yes, it came live from Wembley Stadium in London, England. On the card, the announcers were like Vince McMahon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. They touted the attendance as 78,927 fans. In the matches here, you had Jim Duggan in one dark match. Okay, the first match, the opener, Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the Bushwhackers defeated the Mountie and the Nasty Boys with Jimmy Hart. That was like 12 minutes long. You had like, all right. You had number 2, Papa Shango defeated Tito Santana. That was obviously like a filler match. That was 6 minutes long. Oh yeah, the Paul Ellering. All right, the number 3 match, the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom with Paul Ellering with like that stupid Rocco defeated Money Inc. with Jimmy Hart. That was like 11 minutes and 55 seconds. There's a story behind that match. They beat Money Inc., Ted DiBiase, and Erwin R. Shyster. Hawk was completely fucked up for that match. He was drinking throughout the day. He was taking like some pills and all that, and he had to be led through the match by Ted DiBiase, Erwin R. Shyster, and Animal. And when they came down in Harleys. And Hawk came down the wrong way, got off his bike, forced Animal to like get off his bike awkwardly, and Animal's leg, his lower thigh, he it got burned on the exhaust. So, and you can see it if you knew what to look for. Like Hawk was like, they didn't do like their doomsday device. They just did like a body slam, power slam to like Erwin R. Shyster, or I guess, yeah. And so, but they won. They went over that. So they went over the Nasty Boy, or the Money Inc. And so, Nails defeated Virgil by submission in 3 minutes. Thank you, Gwen. There we go. Nails, there's a story behind this. He wouldn't last that long either in the WWF. He allegedly choked out Vince McMahon in his office in a pay dispute, and so he was gone later on that year. All right. So, all right. So, Rick Martel versus Shawn. Rick Martel, the number 5 match. Rick Martel versus Shawn Michaels with Sherry. And ended a double count out. The stipulation for this match: they couldn't hit each other in the face. They considered themselves way too pretty. There's Rick Martel. Yes, I am a model. And Shawn Michaels was sensational Sherry, scary Sherry. But at the end of the last end of the match, that stipulation went out the window and they started kicking each other's ass. But it ended in a double count out. All right. And also, the Natural Disasters defeated the Beverly Brothers for the tag team titles. That match took 10 minutes. Crush. Number 7, Crush defeated Repo Man by submission. That was another filler match. The Ultimate Warrior. All right. The Ultimate Warrior, of course, defeated Randy Savage. That was a 28-minute match. The Ultimate Warrior retained the World Wrestling Federation title. Yeah, so, and that was an all right match. It was like interference from there was interference from Ric Flair, Bobby Heenan, interference from Ric Flair, and Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. And so, and number 9 match, The Undertaker. The Undertaker, with Paul Bearer, of course, defeated Kamala with Harvey Whippleman in his corner through a pin. That was like a big 5 minutes long. That was another filler match. The headliners here, Wembley Stadium, London, England. The headliners here, Davey Boy Smith versus Bret the Hitman Hart for the Intercontinental title. This was like, in real life, these guys are brothers-in-law. Davey Boy Smith is married to was married to Hart's sister Diana, and so it's because of big family feud in WWE storylines. And so British Bulldog was not completely sober for this match. Of course, he also was fucked up, smoking crack a day before the match, and with Jim Neidhart doing some drugs. And of course, Bret Hart had to lead him. Bret Hart. This match surprisingly went 25 minutes long. It was surprisingly entertaining too. But of course, Bret Hart, being the more technical, better of the two, had to lead him through the match. And of course, British Bulldog, he dropped the title to the British Bulldog. And so that wasn't a bad match there. And one thing I noticed throughout the whole pay-per-view. Was no Hulk Hogan. He was wearing out his welcome at this time. It was Hulk Hogan free. No Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam 1992. And so, yeah, I did post I did post several highlights of the matches and on my blogcast page and on my Facebook page and all the wrestling pages. It was surprisingly good good pay-per-view. Of course, classic SummerSlam 1992 on Netflix, and yeah, so. There we go. All right. Yeah. And so, like I said, I did post more of those, couple of those matches on my blogcast page, my Facebook page. And I've got the blogcast, like, a morning cup right here with, like, the harmonica. There we go. And so, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348. It is Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Yeehaw! All right. And so, that is going to be flying through the air. Yeah, boom, boom. You know what happens when you really jump a car? I watched several YouTube videos on the General Lee jumps. Of course, a door handle came off, a back rim came off. Of course, no car walks away unscathed, unbroken. So, yeah. All right. So, anyways, I've got a good cigar here. All right. It accompanying my craft beer for tonight. It's like a Padron anniversary cigar from 1964. Got that at Riverfront Cigars. My craft beer accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. My craft beer for tonight, it is Feist beer. It is called Feist beer. It's a German lager. It's by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. I'll give this like a little top up here. All right. And so, starting like it's a good beer. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight, and there was some bitterness in the beginning, but I got their glass here, Black Gold Brewery. Look at the thickness of that. Yeah, but it'll leave you with a dry aftertaste in your mouth. But it's still. I'm going to position this as like a good spring beer. Started out. And like I said, I do give this a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here sticking around, feel free to throw out a number between 1 and 10, like a lot of people have done. So we'll just place this back here. Yeah. And so, all right. And we've got our classic Dallas Cowboy, Jim Schwantz. Now, if you've ever... All right. So, this is Jim. Now, if you are a Dallas Cowboys fan, you're on Netflix, there is a documentary called The Gambler. America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. This is Jerry Jones right here, the current owner of the Dallas Cowboys. This is Bum Bright, the ex-owner. It's a good documentary. I suggest you watch it if you're Dallas Cowboys fans. These three coaches, Tom Landry, Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, have all won Super Bowls. Led the team to Super Bowls from Tom Landry got the team to like 2 Super Bowls. Jimmy Johnson won the team 2 Super Bowls, and Barry Switzer won 1 Super Bowl. Owners, Clint Murchison Sr. from 1966 to 84, Bum Bright from 1984 to 89. Jerry bought the team in 1989 for $140 million, and today the Dallas Cowboys are worth like $8 billion a team. So, he played our classic cowboy, Jim Schwantz. He played under Barry Switzer. There he is. And, he is the current mayor of Palatine, Illinois. He was born January 23rd, 1970 in Arlington Heights. Position, he played linebacker. Height, 6'2", weight 240 pounds. In high school, William Freed High School, two-way player in football. receives All-State, All-Conference, and Top Defensive Player in Northwest Chicago. Here he is today. He is all right. So, college career, football scholarship to Purdue University. Freshman, he was an outside linebacker. Senior year, he switched to middle linebacker, registered 143 tackles, and selected as a Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. Ends his college eligibility with 363 career tackles. Pro, the Chicago Bears drafted him in the 1992 NFL Draft and assigned him to the practice squad. Promoted to the active roster on December 25th. August 30th, 1993, he was released and traded to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, 1994, they finished the season with 4 defensive tackles. He finishes their season with 4 defensive tackles, 5 special team tackles, and plays in like the 1995 Super Bowl. 1995, he registers 23 special teams tackles. 1997, he declared himself a free agent April 14th. The San Francisco 49ers signed him to a 4-year contract, but the 49ers cut him on August 1998. Chicago Bears signed him on August 29th, 1998. He was released August 18th, 1999, but retires from football and has like a very, and there's a picture with him, Chicago Bears. And today, March 4th, 2009, he wins is voted into office as mayor of the village of Palatine, Illinois. So good for him. And I posted most of his season highlights on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. Look for it. That is Jim Schwantz, your classic Dallas Cowboys 1995 Super Bowl winner with the Dallas Cowboys. So, and I did post more of that of his his career highlights on a Cowboys page. Well, no, there we go. 9, maybe. You never know when. And that is your classic Dallas Cowboy from 1995, Jim Schwantz. All right. So, all right. Bam. All right. All right. Tonight, as I'm going to remind everybody, Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms. Registered podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. Want to give shouts out to you watching the Port Elgin groups, Sarnia group, Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. I understand. I missed the show at Rustic. I'm glad you guys got another place to live. So yeah, good for you guys. Shouts out to like all the pop culture groups, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear, all the Cowboys, Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock, all the Elvis Presley groups, craft beer, cigars, Star Trek, Star Wars, sci-fi, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, Dukes of Hazzards, birthdays, bongos, right on. So, all right. My craft beer for tonight, accompanied by a good cigar, is a Padron Anniversary 1964. The craft beer, accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. The craft beer for tonight, it is called Feist Beer. I'm trying it for the very first time tonight. It's a German lager by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. I'm going to give this a little top up. So, if you're ever in Petrolia, or if you live in Petrolia, check out Black Gold Brewery. Great brewery there. Could be like it's a great beer. It's a great brewery. They produce some winning beers. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right, little bit malty, dry aftertaste to it, but goes down very smoothly. Yeah, this could be like good. I'm going to start this off as good spring beer, good like good back deck. It's actually this would be a good like midwinter spring beer. So give it a little top up. I've seen somebody's throwing out a 9. Maybe not, Gwen. You never know. Yeah. So it was bitter in the beginning, but that disappeared. So, and I will, like I said, if you're still here and sticking around, I'm going to give it a rating from 1 out of 10. And I see somebody's throwing out a 9 so far. Maybe not. I'll just place this back here. All right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Yeehaw! So, yeah, all right. Boom, bam. All right. And if you guys want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. Boom. Toll free to call me up on your rotary phone or your cell. How's that beer going down, Jim? How's that? How's like the blogcast? We love that. There we go. All right. Toll free to call. You don't need anybody's permission to call. 1-800-867-5309. There we go. All right. We got the Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug here with the harmonica. All right. So as we get to our side character, our best side character from Star Wars, he is all right. This guy, Biggs Darklighter, and he came from the first movie, Star Wars, in 1977. And so, he was a very good friend of Luke Skywalker. Yeah, there we go. There's another clip picture of them. Now, Biggs Darklighter grew up on the desert world of Tatooine and was raised by his mother. Becomes close friends with Luke Skywalker. There we are. They eventually both become pilots and often flew through Beggar's Canyon together. The Darklighter family owned 20 moisture farms on Tatooine. Biggs left Tatooine before Luke did to join the Imperial Academy. Biggs received a commission aboard the Empire Imperial Star Destroyer Rand Ecliptic as first mate. Biggs returned to Tatooine after graduating from the Imperial Academy to visit Luke Skywalker and his friends. Biggs Biggs tells Luke that in this scene that he's defecting to the rebellion. The Rebel Alliance to become a pilot. Biggs would look out for Luke if he ever found his way to the rebellion. Of course, Luke joins the rebellion, and he's assigned to the Yavin 4 Rebel base. Now, Biggs was assigned to be a fighter pilot in the Death Star assault. Before the attack, Biggs caught up with Luke in the hangar bay and vouched for him, Luke's flying abilities to the squadron leader during the Battle of Yavin. There we go. There's Biggs in the... All right. And there's another... there he is. Fighter pilot, and they're both and they're attacking the Death Star right there. So, all right. And like I said, he was a good friend of Luke Skywalker's. During the Battle of Yavin, Biggs dodged Death Star turbo lasers and TIE fighters and protected Luke, as Luke being his wingman. Biggs, unfortunately for Biggs Darklighter, his X-Wing was shot down just as Luke shot the proton torpedoes into the Death Star thermal exhaust ports, buying him time and destroying the Death Star. Big sacrificed himself. He was shot down by Darth Vader's TIE Advanced X-1 fighter. And so there we are. There, the late Biggs Darklighter. And there's more right there, right there. And I did post more of Biggs Darklighter backstory on my blogcast page and my Facebook page, and all into the Star Wars groups there. So, I think they, yeehaw, down, just a good old boys, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. So, yeah, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Yeah, they knew how to fly a car. All right. All right. Yeah. If you want to call me up on the hotline, it's 1-800-867-5309. It's toll free to call. Use your rotary phone or your cell and say, hey, how's that beer going down, Jim? We love the blogcast. Toll free to call. You do not need anybody's permission. There we go. So, all right. I've got my Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug with the harmonica in there. And so, all right. And so, as we get to our 8-track classics, come on everybody, Elvis. Anybody who knows what these are, and you remember what these are, I got a couple. I'll explain what 8 tracks are briefly. This is the dumbed down version. This was before tape. This was before cassettes, CDs, and albums. Or no, what came after that? Okay, what came? Album, cassette, CD. These died out in the late 1970s. Of course, I have I've got Saturday Night Fever, 8-track. I've got the Alice Cooper Show, 8-track. I got Waylon Jennings, Are You Ready for the Country, 8-track. Another classic, Frampton Comes Alive, 8-track. And of course, a Jimi Hendrix 8-track. And what was so about these 8 tracks was that it was 80 minutes of continuous play. You just put it in your 8-track player, and you didn't need to rewind it. You couldn't rewind. You couldn't flip it over. It just played continuously. So this is Elvis Presley. Come on, everybody, Elvis. Of course, Elvis. This was released in 1971, and he was on his way to becoming this version of Elvis. There's Elvis with Colonel Tom Parker. So, very young Elvis with Colonel Tom Parker as manager. This guy, his manager actually was an illegal alien. That's why Elvis Presley never played outside the U.S. Because Tom Parker feared he couldn't get back in the U.S. when they returned from a foreign country. So, but yeah, and of course, 49 years ago today, Elvis Presley passed away. So, all right, yeehaw! All right. So, anyways, this was released July 1st, 1971 through RCA Records. All the tracks. Oh, yeah, fun. All right. So, anyways, this was kind of a best of CD. There's songs on here from his movies, Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Easy Come, Easy Go. There's another Elvis Presley movie. And Follow That Dream. Elvis Presley movie, another Elvis Presley movie. Kid Galahad, another Elvis Presley movie. Like I said, released July 1st, 1971 through RCA Records. All tracks on Come On Everybody, the 4 Elvis movies, Come On Everybody was from Viva Las Vegas. The songwriter was Joy Byers. Angel from Follow That Dream. Ben Wiseman and Sid Wayne were the songwriters. Easy Come, Easy Go from like Easy Come, Easy Go. Songwriter for that was like Sid Tepper. Number 4 was a whistling tune from Kid Galahad. Sean Edwards was a songwriter for that. Follow That Dream from Follow That Dream. Fred Wise was a songwriter for that. Side 2, you had King of the Whole Wide World from Kid Galahad. I'll Take Love from Easy Come, Easy Go. For songwriter for that was Fred Wise. The number 3 on the side 2 was Today, Tomorrow, and Forever from Viva Las Vegas. Bill Gent was the songwriter for that. The last 2 songs, I'm Not the Marrying Kind from Follow That Dream, and this is Living from Kid Galahad. So, yeah, so this is basically, I don't have an 8-track player. I tried to find one, can't find one. I looked all through, like, they're rare. They're a rare commodity item today. But, yeah, like I said, this, if anybody's watching the Elvis Presley group today, like I said, 49 years ago, on this day, Elvis Presley passed away at his home in Graceland, on the toilet. Where are those? Fuck. Yeah, and so, he leaves behind, I mean, personally, I think that was a good career move for Elvis, because if you were alive today, or actually, he would be, let's say, what do we got here? Another notification. All right. So, anyways, yeah, Elvis Presley dying in 1977. I understand it that he was in some financial trouble with the government, but when he died, sales shot up. Priscilla Presley and the Memphis Mafia monetized Graceland, so you could go through tours of that. Graceland would probably be in like the hands of the government if Elvis Presley had lived. So, but I remember my mom coming. I was 7 years old at the time, and I didn't even know. And I thought, and my mom coming home, like I came home from school, my mom was crying. My dad was like depressed. He was like, "What's wrong?" It's like Elvis Presley died. Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah. So 49 years ago, today, Elvis Presley passed away. And through the autopsies and everything that you read online, he wasn't in that great a shape to begin with. He was like taking a lot of pills, uppers, downers, or whatever, and trying to and this was like the old Elvis. And so, basically, but anyways, we will give Mr. Presley and Ben Jones a 10 gong salute at the end of the blogcast. So, and I did post more of Elvis Presley's last days on my blogcast page and my Facebook page and all the Elvis Presley groups. So there we go. That is all right. So yeah, it's very sad, very, very. But if you were alive today, he died at age 42. So age 42, he'd be 91 years old. I doubt he would live to 91 years old. I doubt he would live to 91 years old. He'd probably live I make a prediction, he would probably live until 1997. So, and then pass away. So, but anyways, yeah, it's we will give Mr. Presley a 10 gong salute later on in the blogcast. So, all right. So yeah. All right. So, woo, yeehaw, da 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 down. All right. So, I want to remind everyone, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Going to remind everybody that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the audio listening platforms. Registered podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. Want to give shouts out for the watching in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups. Sarnia rocks. We show you guys rock. Is supporting Sarnia 2.0, all about Sarnia, all the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, Elvis Presley, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock groups, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, sci-fi, pro wrestling, blog and blog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Dukes of Hazzard groups, right on. So, my craft beer for tonight, accompanied by like this good cigar. It is a anniversary cigar, Padron, Cuban. Accompanying that cigar is like Gibson's finest whiskey. My craft beer for tonight it is by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. It is Feist beer. It's a German lager. Trying it for the very first time tonight. Yeah, it's a very good beer. The bitterness that I felt went away at the beginning. It went away at the beginning, and now we've got a dry, malty aftertaste. Malty aftertaste to it. It's not that bad. It's a good. This would be a good midwinter beer. Good spring beer. Good. I will say a late fall, winter, spring beer. It's not that bad. It grows on me. So, and like I said, I see some people have thrown out some numbers already, what I'm going to give it. So stick around. You might be surprised on what I give it on a rating of from 1 out of 10. I'll just place this back here. Okay. So, anyways, as this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Yeehaw! Down. All right, so General Lee flying through the air there. All right, as we get to my most favorite time in the blogcast. So, bear with me here. All right. So, anyways, trying to find something here. All right, found it. There we go. As we get to my most favorite time in the blogcast. All right. So, boom. All right. All right. Bam. Say hello. Big Jim Blogcast Live. Version 8.0, episode 348. Sunday, August 16th, 2026. All right. So, and that was my partner in crime there. Oh, God. What did I name him again? Forget. But anyways, as we get to my most favorite time in the blogcast, we've got This Week in Van Halen History. All right. We've got all eras. This covers all eras of the band. From like classic Van Halen to Sammy Hagar to Gary Cherone to Wolfgang Van Halen, August 10th to the 16th. This Week in Van Halen History. Here we go. Boom. All right, August 10th, 2004, Sammy Hagar releases the Best Of Essential Red Collection. August 10th, 1978, Sammy Hagar opens for Boston at the Civic Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. August 11th, 1986, Van Halen play the Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts. August 11th, 2015, Sammy Hagar has a Ferrari delivered to his home while traveling to Michigan. August 12th, 1998, Eddie Van Halen and Gary Schwantz play the Hard Rock Cafe in Boston, Massachusetts. August 12th, 1993, Sammy Hagar plays Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana. August 13th, 2004, Van Halen played the Coliseum in Oakland, California. August 13th to 2015, August 13th, 2015, Van Halen plays the Jones Beach Theater in Wantagh, New York. August 14th, 1984, Van Halen play Cobo Hall in Detroit, Michigan. August 14th, 2014, Sammy Hagar plays the Tulip Resort and Casino in Marysville, Michigan. August 15th, 1979, Van Halen played the Babuki Hall in Cleveland, Ohio. August 15th, 2006, David Lee Roth plays the Ameristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri. August 16th, 1981. August 16th, 1991, Van Halen opens the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge Tour at the Lakewood Amphitheater in Atlanta, Georgia, otherwise nicknamed the Fuck Tour. August 16th, 2002, Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth, both touring together. The tour stops at the Nissan Pavilion in Bristow, Virginia. And that is it for this week in Van Halen history. Right on. So, okay. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, anyways, boom. All right. So, anyways, yeah, bongo. If you guys ever want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. Use your rotary phone or your cell. How's that beer going down? Rate that beer already. And we love the blogcast. It's toll free to call. You don't need anybody's permission. So, yeah, right on. Bam. Got my Big Jims Blogcast Live coffee mug here in there with the harmonica. All right. So we get to my... all right, so I'm going to rate the beer. All right, so anyways... So, all right. I've got my craft beer going on. Accompanying my craft beer, this good cigar. It is a Padron anniversary cigar from Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia. Accompanying that is like our Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. Now, all right, my final thoughts on this beer. The bitterness went away in the beginning. It was. I'll give it a little top up. This is. Look at the thickness of that. This is called Feist beer. It's a German lager. It's by the Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. Black Gold Brewery. Can't say enough great things about that brewery. Right in the heart of Petrolia. Rich malt flavor with lightly toasted and doughy notes, and a smooth bitterness, all put together to make this easy drinking German lager Prost. And so, now, I see this as a fall, winter, spring beer. Now, it's very dry aftertaste. Goes down very smoothly, though. Yeah, and you compare it. This could be like a simple back deck patio beer. You compare this actually surprisingly with pasta and salads. You compare this. Look at the thick. Again, look at the texture and the thickness of that. So, anyways, I'm going to give it a rating. So, what do we got here? Let's see. All right, I see somebody's throwing out a number, but yeah, let's. Okay, come on. All right. You know what, Gwen? You were close. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. All right. So, anyways. All right. 8 out of 10. All right, for Feist beer. Not that bad of a beer. All right, Feist beer. German lager from like Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia, Ontario, Canada, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And I'll tell you why. And that lands us, well, yeah, 8 out of 10. Excellent. Well executed. Something as a beer geek I would buy again. So, yeah. All right. So we gave it an 8 out of 10. All right. So, yeah. So it's not that bad of a beer. It's a good beer. I would buy this again. So just giving it a top up. Like Gwen, yeah, 9. You were close. Very, very close, actually. I'll just place this back here. All right. So, yeah. All right. All right. So now, yeah, if you want a T-shirt, like I've been getting requests for T-shirts. If you want a T-shirt like mine, with the logo on the front or the back, yeah, like if you want a T-shirt like mine, they are $35 shipping and handling included. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. You just inbox me like on my regular page or my Facebook page or my Blogcast page with e-money, with an e-transfer or money order, and I'll do my best to get that out to you. You can do it in a plain T-shirt. Tell me whatever you want, what size, wife beater T-shirt, anytime, or the classic design, Big Jim's House Blogcast Live. I could round that up. I could do that right on. So, all right. I'm going to give like Mr. Ben Jones and Mr. Elvis Presley a 10 gong salute right now. All right. There we go. All right. So, yeah. So, to them, I hope you guys are like rocking out, enjoying the afterlife. Right on. So, yeah. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 348, Sunday, August 16, 2026. Yeah, good cigar there. All right, so I'll give you guys an inspirational, motivational quote. You can't turn back the clock, but you can wind it up again. And that's by Unknown. I'll repeat. You can't turn back the clock, but you can wind it up again. All right. And, yeah, so, all right. So anyways, yeah, that's, we'll come to the end of the blogcast here. And so, we'll wait. There we go. Just spraying down the apartment there. They don't want it to like be, you know, smells good already. So yeah, that's it for me. Big Jim Blogcast Live. Ooh. All right. So anyway, people, yes. All right, the Big Jim Blogcast Live. I'm Jim. Tonight, we gave an 8 out of 10 to Feistbier German Lager for the Black Gold Brewery, Petrolia, Ontario, Canada. Our birthday shout-outs: Joanne Cole, Will Hughes, Michael Ross, Bassman Dave, Sean Morrow, Mike Fenton, Cheryl Darcy, local headers, Becky Mason. Our countdowns, local events. We talked about Jailhouse Rock, our Elvis Presley salute, Ben Jones as Cooter, our salute to him. The 5th season of the Dukes of Hazzard recording dance season. 1992 SummerSlam. Classic-Elvis Cowboy-Jim, Schwantz, Big's Darklighter from Star Wars. Our 8-track classics, Elvis Presley's Come On Everybody. And this week in Van Halen history, our motivational quote: you can't turn back the clock if you can wind it up again. And a reminder, really, Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcast. All these audio listening platforms, which is podcast equals my own YouTube channel. Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. motivational quote, you can't turn back the clock, but you can wind it up again. You probably won't see me next weekend. You'll see me the weekend after that. We can shout out, we watching the Port Elgin Sarnia group, Sarnia Rocks. I'm sure you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro classic, vintage nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, Elvis Presley, hard rock, and all classic rock groups. Craft beer, cigars, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, sci-fi, blog and blog group, classic TV and movies, Dukes of Hazzard groups, the birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, right on. So yeah, and for Big Jim Blogcast Live, I'm Jim. All right, I'm gonna sit back, boom, yeah, enjoy it. So I enjoy this beer. All right, everybody, take care and stay out of trouble, baby. All right. All right. Oh yeah. Yeehaw. All right. The Big Jim Blogcast Live, or Day 20, episode 348. I'm Jim, and yeah, you probably won't see me the weekend after. So cheers, everyone, and stay out of trouble. There we go.